That day, Xing Chen intentionally wore a really short dress to ruin the blind date her mom had worked so hard to set up. She was determined to make the biggest impression possible on the guy, so she had prepared enough ridiculousness so that the guy would be speechless when he sees her. First, Xing Chen intentionally dressed super revealing, and then she showed up about 15 minutes late. Xing Chen was sure that there wasn't a single guy in the world who would like a girl who pulled so many tricks like that. Just like she predicted, as soon as Xing Chen arrived, the guy questioned her, "Ms. Song, are you aware that you are currently 15 minutes late?" Even though it was on purpose, Xing Chen pretended like it was just an accident. Before they even had a chance to chat, Xing Chen asked him why he was on a blind date. She found out that he was also being forced by his family to be there. Because she didn't want to waste too much time on this blind date, Xing Chen quickly took out a business card to end everything. Xing Chen introduced herself. "Right now, I'm the manager of a women's clothing store." After introducing herself, she wanted the guy to talk about everything from his height and weight to his personal life. "What do you do? How much do you make each month? Do you own a house? Do you have a car?" But that guy didn't answer and only asked one question back. "You look really familiar. I think we've met somewhere before, right?" In Xing Chen's head, she was just thinking, "Do you think that cheesy line is going to work on me?" But it was actually true. This wasn't the first time the two of them had met. Yesterday was Xing Chen's first day quitting her job at the hospital, ending her life as a doctor to follow her dreams. On the way home from the hospital, she accidentally saw a puppy standing on the edge of a railing on a high floor. Faced with a life-or-death situation, Xing Chen didn't know what to do. Just then, Qing Che, who was out for an early morning jog, happened to pass by. Without saying much, he immediately climbed onto the building's railing, and then he used wall jumping skills he had practiced for years to jump down to the third-floor balcony. The people standing below watched and were sweating bullets because of his risky move. In the end, Qing Che successfully saved the puppy in danger. As a doctor, Xing Chen immediately took the puppy and used her hair ribbon to bandage its wound. Xing Chen's kindness had caught the eye of Qing Che. However, what he needed to do at that moment was report to his new unit. When Xing Chen finished bandaging the puppy's wound, Qing Che had already left some time ago. Even though she hadn't seen his face, Xing Chen was still incredibly impressed by his righteous heart. At that time, neither of them would have dreamed that the next day they would meet again on a very awkward blind date. Because she hadn't seen Qing Che's face the day before, Xing Chen didn't know that he was the hero in her heart. And Qing Che didn't like her revealing style of dress. She looked completely different from the girl who bandaged the puppy's wound yesterday. In the end, the blind date ended with animosity and wasn't very pleasant. Looking at the business card Xing Chen left behind, Qing Che sighed with disappointment. Just after getting back from her blind date, Xing Chen saw her best friend crying her eyes out, all because her store had just received a bad review. The customer complained about the store because she forgot to send a free gift along with the order. But the gifts were all gone. What was she supposed to do? Seeing her best friend constantly complaining, Xing Chen decided to go to the supermarket to buy a gift to make up for it for that customer. Just then, Qing Che was also there. As he was walking past the women's clothing section, he accidentally dropped a few bags of sanitary pads. He was picking them up to put them on the counter when Xing Chen came over from somewhere. Seeing the bags of sanitary pads in Qing Che's hand, Xing Chen was certain that he was a total jerk. "Oh my god, how can you still go on blind dates when you already have a girlfriend?" This time, even if Qing Che jumped into the Yellow River, he wouldn't be able to clear his name. A question suddenly popped into his head. Could this girl have a twin sister? No way. How could the same person have such opposite personalities? As soon as he got home, his grandfather asked Qing Che about how the blind date went. Qing Che was already annoyed, and his grandfather bringing it up just made it worse. The two of them were already so different, so even if they tried, it wouldn't work out. At this point, his grandfather still insisted that the two of them were a great match. He really didn't understand what his precious grandson wanted. Qing Che explained, "Right from the start, our jobs aren't compatible, so even if we forced ourselves to be together, we wouldn't have anything in common to talk about." After hearing that, his grandfather was stunned and confused. The matchmaker said the girl graduated from medical school, and my grandson works in a rescue team. Aren't they a match made in heaven? But the girl herself told Qing Che that she had quit being a doctor. After quitting her job, she had switched to running a women's underwear business. Hearing this, his grandfather was also dumbfounded. He immediately picked up the phone to call the matchmaker to question her. Xing Chen's mom listened and couldn't make heads or tails of it. "If you don't like my daughter, that's fine, but why are you criticizing her so unreasonably? I can guarantee that my daughter's personality is perfect. But who told my daughter to sell that kind of stuff? My daughter is almost 30. If she doesn't get married soon, she'll become an old maid." Hearing the matchmaker talk about her like that, Xing Chen angrily snatched the phone. She wanted to ask the matchmaker to pass on a message to Qing Che. "Before you criticize others, You should look in the mirror and examine yourself. That kind of jerk, still going on blind dates when he already has a girlfriend and he dares to call her an old maid. If she's an old maid, then he's also an old bachelor that nobody wants. After scolding Qing Che, Xing Chen felt much better. However, Xing Chen's dad, standing on the side, seemed to understand the problem. Our daughter is clearly a doctor, so why is she selling the kind of stuff? Since things had gotten to this point, Xing Chen also took the opportunity to tell her parents that she had quit her job. After hearing the news that her daughter had given up a job that many people dream of, her mom scolded her harshly. As night fell, Xing Chen lay in bed. The more she thought about it, the more resentful she felt. She sat there, looking over and over again at Qing Che's resume. She definitely wasn't going to let him off easy. She was going to show him what's what. The very next morning, Xing Chen sent Qing Che a surprise gift. At the time, close friends and colleagues were also gathered for a meal at his house. Everyone was curious to know what was inside, so they clamored for Qing Che to open the gift box. Unexpectedly, as soon as Qing Che opened the box, a pile of lingerie flew everywhere. Inside, there was also a very familiar business card. Seeing the business card, Qing Che was sure that the owner of this masterpiece was Xing Chen. Qing Che originally intended to let everything become a thing of the past, but the next day, as soon as he arrived at his unit, he heard his colleagues buzzing and gossiping about him. To think the captain looks like that, but his morals are way too high. Bad news travels fast. Even his grandfather had heard about it. So Qing Che immediately took the gift box and went to find Xing Chen. Following the address printed on the business card, Qing Che finally found a women's clothing store. He should have thrown this pile of stuff in the trash, but he brought it here to return it to her. Xiao Li, seeing Qing Che scolding Xing Chen, quickly ran out to defend her friend. You look like you're something special, but your mouth is way too mean. How dare you say that our Xing Chen is past her prime? I think you're the one who should be thrown in the trash, not the products from our store. That kind of jerk, still going on blind dates when he already has a girlfriend. Hearing this, Qing Che knew that these girls were misunderstanding him. Actually, those words were all said by the matchmaker. Qing Che didn't know anything about it. He wanted to explain, but Xing Chen didn't give him a chance. The two of them argued again and ended the conversation unhappily. After Qing Che returned, he discovered that a teammate suddenly had an asthma attack from their early morning run, and they didn't even know the most basic first aid knowledge. Therefore, he decided to discuss a cooperation with the medical school so that his teammates could learn first aid skills. But he didn't expect to meet Xing Chen here. Xing Chen came to participate in the medical training for the rescue team. As soon as she got out of the car, she bumped into the person she least wanted to see. Isn't this awkward? Yesterday, they were each other's blind date, and they both found the other person annoying, so it ended unhappily. Xing Chen didn't expect that she was just coming here to participate in medical training for the rescue team, and she would run into him here. She quickly asked the training officer who that guy was just now. Only then did she find out that he was the instructor of the rescue team. This training session was really a case of enemies meeting on a narrow road. At this moment, Qing Che was also looking at her personal information, Song Xing Chen. It really is a case of enemies meeting on a narrow road. Little did they know, their fate had only just begun. On the first day of training, Instructor Qing Che asked them to hand over all prohibited items, and they would be returned to them after the training ended. Unexpectedly, Qing Che came over to greet Xing Chen. What's up? Is selling women's lingerie going so poorly that you want to go back to being a doctor? Thanks to you, the store's business is getting better and better. Captain Su turned to look at the items she handed in and reminded her again. During the training process, you must abide by the rescue team's rules and not use prohibited items. Xing Chen thought that he was using his position to get revenge on her. As a result, 1 second after they inspected the rooms, Captain Qing Che found a cosmetic item in Xing Chen's wash basin. But his knowledge was limited, so he didn't know what it was. He asked Xing Chen to bring this item to his office. He criticized her for ignoring the words he had just said. But Xing Chen felt she wasn't at fault. I told you, this is for me to use. Xing Chen pushed Captain Qing Che to the point where he had no way out. If you find me annoying, just say so. I don't want to say another word to someone as short-sighted as you. In the evening, Captain Qing Che sent a photo of this item to Lu Kun. Lu Kun, do you know what this is? Are you starting to use beauty devices? How does this kid know? This time, Qing Che knew that he was indeed ignorant and had wrongly accused Xing Chen. He didn't even have time to apologize to her. When Xing Chen asked about the first aid knowledge of the team members, the circuit breaker suddenly tripped. Xing Chen fearfully and carelessly touched the human body model. The head fell off, and just as a team member picked it up, she was so scared that she threw it away in fright. Her scream alarmed Captain Qing Che. After turning on the lights, the two of them were in this position. Everyone watched in astonishment. The two of them reacted quickly and let go of each other. Xing Chen's fingernails accidentally slid across Qing Che's back. After the training session ended, she went to find Captain Qing Che. As a doctor, she couldn't stand seeing someone injured in front of her. She didn't care and loudly told him to take off his shirt. Qing Che had never been in contact with girls before, so he felt quite embarrassed. "Do you need me to take it off for you?" Just this one sentence made his heart skip a beat, and he quickly took off his shirt. Captain Qing Che watched Xing Chen slowly approach. He couldn't control his heartbeat at all. Plus, Xing Chen was afraid that he would be hurt, so she gently blew on the wound with her mouth, which made him unable to bear it any longer and quickly stood up, put his shirt back on. Then he grabbed both of Xing Chen's hands and apologized to her, because he knew what that thing was now. It was a beauty device. Who would have thought that a second later he would be fixing Xing Chen's nails? This made her extremely angry. Having been a doctor for so many years, she had never gotten her nails done, and now it wasn't easy for her to finally get them done, but she didn't expect this unreasonable guy to fix her nails for her. No matter what, she wouldn't agree. While the two of them were arguing, Lu Kun came to find Qing Che. Seeing this, Xing Chen couldn't bear it any longer and opened her mouth to bite him. "If you don't like women, then don't touch women." "You're saying I don't like women? Did you misunderstand something about me?" The reason Xing Chen said that was because yesterday while she was showering, she overheard two girls discussing. Their Captain Qing Che has never had a girlfriend before. He must have a secret problem. He always keeps such a distance from women during training. Furthermore, I knocked on his door halfway through the night, and he didn't even dare to open it. I told you those two must be sisters. That's why Xing Chen misunderstood Qing Che. That statement also deeply hurt his self-esteem. He couldn't fall asleep in the middle of the night. Wanted to go outside to calm down. He saw Xing Chen practicing archery. He wouldn't miss this good opportunity to get to know each other. "I don't know what the matchmaker said on our blind date. If it hurt you in any way, I apologize." Xing Chen also realized that in the past few days of contact, Captain Qing Che wasn't a very talkative person. The two of them gradually cleared up the misunderstandings from their first meeting. During lunch, Lu Kun also sensed the change in Qing Che. "It feels like your cactus is about to bloom." At first, Captain Qing Che didn't realize it until Xing Chen was teaching everyone how to do CPR and wanted to team up with a male student Xie Yuan. "Xie Yuan doesn't have a group yet?" "I don't know." "Then you team up with me." "Sounds good." But Captain Qing Che blocked his way. "Why do I feel like it's not very appropriate?" Xing Chen looked at him and said, "Then you do it, that's fine. We two wouldn't work. Not the two of us, but you with Xie Yuan." The two of them were almost surprised enough to drop their jaws. It was almost time for the mouth-to-mouth resuscitation part. Xie Yuan hesitated and didn't want to practice. Xing Chen told him to calm down. "Don't be nervous." Actually, Qing Che lying underneath was even more nervous. The team members held their breath and watched. Just as Xie Yuan was about to bring his mouth down, the mannequin was brought over in time. At this time, Captain Qing Che finally breathed a sigh of relief. The next lesson was about common radio equipment. Qing Che told everyone to follow the instructions to learn about frequency modulation and troubleshooting of walkie-talkies, and there would be a test tomorrow. After returning, Xing Chen had never used a walkie-talkie before, so no matter how she adjusted it, it didn't work. So she had to ask Xie Yuan, but even someone in a sales profession like him was completely clueless. Xing Chen couldn't help but complain. "This assignment is not scientific at all. From morning to night, he just frowns. We train so hard. He should smile at us and praise us a little. It's probably for this reason that he doesn't have a girlfriend." This time, it scared Xing Chen. Only then did she realize that everyone had heard their conversation just now. Moreover, Lu Kun was also there. Lu Kun said that her arranging Captain Qing Che and Xie Yuan to do CPR today was already inappropriate. "What's not appropriate?" "Xing Chen, you feel that's appropriate, right?" Xing Chen was so startled that she immediately threw the walkie-talkie away. As a result, Captain Qing Che punished her to clean all the walkie-talkies in the storage room tomorrow morning. So, early in the morning, Xing Chen had to be here cleaning walkie-talkies. She also grumbled that this guy was really petty. Unexpectedly, Qing Che heard it. He originally wanted to reduce the amount of work for her, but it seemed that it was no longer necessary. "Why do you pretend to be proper in front of everyone, but treat me differently when you see me?" "Because Captain Qing Che likes you, but he's too stubborn to say it." Qing Che could only use this method to attract Xing Chen's attention. Seeing her covering her stomach during training and asking her superior to go home and rest, he understood something. After the training ended, he texted Lu Kun. If a girl is having her period, what medicine should she take? Before long, he brought medicine and hot water to knock on Xing Chen's door. Xing Chen didn't seem to have adapted to his sudden change. She didn't know that Qing Che taking care of her like this was just the beginning. Tomorrow is the 30 kilometers armed cross-country run. Because he was worried about Xing Chen's safety, Captain Qing Che intentionally gave his dagger to her. This is the final item of the special training course for the medical rescue team. After completing this training, everyone will go their separate ways. Therefore, During the training, Qing Che not only actively helped her carry the medicine box, but also always stayed by her side to protect her while climbing. Even when an accident happened, he disregarded his own safety and hugged Xing Chen tightly. This action resulted in an injury to his leg. After climbing up, she quickly bandaged him. She also asked him to go to the hospital for an examination after finishing this training session. It's not okay, and I'm not discussing it with you or anyone else. Although Xing Chen spoke sternly, it made Captain Qing Che feel warm inside. You still have to listen to your wife. But when he returned, Captain Qing Che was still worried. Looking at the sky about to rain, he was afraid something would happen to the team members. Sure enough, just then Lu Kun received a call from a teammate. Xing Chen and another team member had gotten lost. Qing Che disregarded the injury to his leg and wanted to go find her. No matter how much Lu Kun tried to stop him, he couldn't be stopped. Xing Chen separated from the group when she was carving a symbol with her knife. She slipped and rolled from top to bottom. Captain Qing Che dragged his injured leg to rescue the person in his dreams. He accidentally saw the symbol left by Xing Chen, and then he saw the knife that he had given her. So he rushed down and shouted her name, Qing Che. After Xing Chen responded, he disregarded his injured leg and used the rope to slowly descend. But the rope was too short, so he decisively let go of the rope and jumped down next to Xing Chen. You're already like this. Why are you still acting tough? My person is lost. Of course, I have to go find them myself. Who's your person? Captain Qing Che quickly explained. I meant you're my team member. Just then, the sky suddenly poured rain, and the two could only take shelter from the rain in a grass hut. Captain Qing Che also put his coat on Xing Chen. At this moment, Xing Chen was also moved by his courage and tenderness. The two of them also took this opportunity to get to know each other while waiting for their teammates to come to the rescue. After returning, Lu Kun told him to lie in bed and said that him showing weakness was also a tactic. Could me lying here and moaning also be considered a tactic? If not, what else? Actually, what Lu Kun was most concerned about was, with such a good opportunity, you two were in that small hut and nothing happened. Really, nothing happened. The two of them were discussing this when Xing Chen came to bring soup to Qing Che. Captain Qing Che took advantage of his illness to add her contact information. If you perform poorly, you will be blocked at any time. That day, Captain Qing Che received a call for help. The general headquarters requested him to go to support immediately. Before leaving, he wanted to go and say goodbye to Xing Chen. Unexpectedly, at the same time, she was also looking for him to say goodbye. Captain Qing Che called her, but no one answered. Seeing that it was almost time before boarding the plane, he wanted to send her a message, but his mobile phone ran out of battery. Qing Che repeatedly told Lu Kun that he must tell his grandfather and Xing Chen. This unreliable guy agreed, clearly on the surface, but forgot all his words a moment later. Who did he tell me to tell? Oh right, the captain told me to tell the old man. Xing Chen returned to her store, but still didn't receive any news from Qing Che. She was about to forget this heartless man when she suddenly received a message from him, but Xing Chen didn't bother to pay attention to him. It turned out that Qing Che had returned from the rescue, and as soon as he got off the plane, he didn't even have time to talk to Lu Kun before hurriedly sending a message to Xing Chen. Only then did he discover that he had been blocked. You tell me, in what situation will a girl block you? That means she has already considered you a stranger and doesn't want to take it a step further with you. Captain Qing Che couldn't help but think of the worst. Before I left, didn't I ask you to tell her something? Lu Kun was also confused and didn't understand why he had forgotten this matter. What kind of brain do you have? I've been harmed by you. Do you know that? After that, Qing Che was so angry that he didn't even bother going home and immediately called a car to find Xing Chen. Qing Che arrived just in time to see the shelf in Xing Chen's store collapse. He hurriedly ran over and shielded her with his back. Seeing that he was injured, Xing Chen quickly pulled him to the hospital. Qing Che also took this opportunity to explain clearly the reason why he left without saying goodbye to her. After listening, Xing Chen still pretended to be angry on the surface, but in her heart, she had already forgiven him. However, Qing Che, who had never been in love, didn't see it. In order to attract her attention, he pretended that the wound was terribly painful. Actually, this trick was taught to him by Lu Kun outside the door, who knew it would actually work. At this moment, Xing Chen's phone suddenly rang. Captain Qing Che clearly saw that the name displayed was Invincible Handsome Guy and became jealous again. So Dr. Song likes this kind of guy. What kind of guy I like is none of your business. But the man who called Xing Chen arrived very quickly. As soon as he walked in, he cared about her and hugged her in front of everyone. What is your relationship, after all? That's none of your business. Captain Qing Che could only turn to ask Xing Chen. Unexpectedly, she immediately pulled the other man's arm. This result was very clear. Lu Kun also felt sorry for his captain. In the end, Qing Che could only blink and watch them leave. In fact, that guy wasn't Xing Chen's boyfriend, but her eldest nephew, named Sun. After being discharged from the hospital, Qing Che asked Lu Kun to investigate news about this person because he wanted to know who this man was. It turned out he was still a university student who was good at taking photos. Lu Kun told Qing Che to do his best. Every corner can be dug up, it's just that the shovel is not good enough. With the expert Lu Kun pointing the way, he immediately carried a toolbox to Xing Chen's store, volunteering to fix the shelf for her. To be solicitous for no reason is to be a thief. Unexpectedly, his little intention was seen through by Xing Chen. He didn't care in order to pursue the girl he liked. But just as he started the job, Xing Chen received a message. She had something urgent to go out for. Seeing this, Captain Qing Che insisted on being the protector. All the way, he saw her talking on the phone and putting on makeup in the car mirror. As a result, after arriving, he discovered, isn't this a bar? In the middle of the night, coming to a place like this, how can Captain Qing Che feel at ease? So he hurriedly followed behind her. In fact, Xing Chen came here just to find a supplier to discuss cooperation. Unexpectedly, they had rules here. If you wanted to cooperate with them, you had to drink 3 glasses clean first. All right, let me. What are you doing? I'm just thirsty. Just like that, all evening, Captain Qing Che didn't let Xing Chen drink a single glass. All of them were stopped by him. As expected, his alcohol tolerance was not good, so he soon became drunk and limp. As a result, as soon as he woke up, he found Xing Chen lying next to him. This time, he was not lightly frightened. What are you doing so early in the morning? Captain Qing Che hurriedly asked. Did anything happen between us last night? Before Xing Chen could finish explaining the reason, Qing Che spoke first. If anything happened, I will take responsibility. How are you going to take responsibility? I will marry you. Nothing happened last night. In order to have a sense of presence in front of Xing Chen, as soon as she went live, he immediately followed. Moreover, he frantically pressed like to support her. But after Sun appeared, don't even mention pressing like. He was so angry that he didn't even bother watching the broadcast. If you're going to record a video, then record it. Why are you standing so close? I can't let this continue to develop like this. Qing Che immediately went to find Xing Chen. In the future, if you want to record videos or live stream, you can come find me. There's no need to find those unimportant people. You mean Sun? We'll compete fairly. Whatever he can do, I can do too. You two didn't start at the same starting line. Actually, what Xing Chen wanted to say was that Sun was her eldest nephew, so there was no need for him to compare himself to the kid. But Captain Qing Che didn't know that. He just kept being jealous of him. He told Xing Chen that even though they didn't start at the same starting line, he would definitely reach the finish line. Xing Chen liked his current appearance, so she deliberately didn't explain. So you have to work harder. Qing Che actively invited Xing Chen to go see a movie tonight. Unexpectedly, she agreed, proving that he still had a chance. But Xing Chen waited for him all night and didn't see him. At this time, she was extremely disappointed. Xing Chen was about to leave when she heard Qing Che call her name. Sorry, I'm late. It turned out that this afternoon, when they were preparing to practice diving, Lu Kun saw a distress signal from afar, so he quickly went into the water to rescue the person. They finally managed to rescue the person, but it was already past 5 o'clock. Afraid that traffic would delay the time, Qing Che, originally driving a car, switched to riding a motorcycle. But unexpectedly, he was still 1 step late. It's okay, I understand. He told Xing Chen that he was so busy rescuing people before that he couldn't worry about other things. But today, when he went into the water to rescue people, he was only thinking about her. So he felt that he must cherish the time spent with the person he liked. The scene at this time made Captain Qing Che unable to suppress his heart any longer. He actively kissed Xing Chen, and she didn't refuse. At night, Captain Qing Che couldn't fall asleep. Is this considered that they are together already? He also doesn't know how to face Xing Chen next. After thinking it over and over, Qing Che still called Xing Chen. He asked her to play an escape room game together tomorrow. Unexpectedly, she readily agreed right away. This made him indescribably happy. But before long, he couldn't laugh anymore. Unexpectedly, Xing Chen didn't come alone, but also had teammates. She not only brought her best friend Xiao Li, but also her rival Sun. The two people were immediately dumbfounded. Everyone quickly changed clothes and went to the escape room. As a result, right from the first level, someone jumped out in front of them, scaring Sun out of his wits. Annie. 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 What Annie? This is my aunt. My aunt with blood relations. The two of them looked blank after hearing that. Didn't you investigate? Who would have known that she had such a big nephew? Turns out your jealousy was useless. Until they successfully passed the escape room level, the boss, following Lu Kun's arrangement, kept forcing the two of them to kiss for 10 minutes before they could finish this level. In order to try to finish the game this time, Xing Chen actively kissed Captain Qing Che in front of everyone. Captain Qing Che thought that this time the relationship between the two would change after leaving the escape room, but Xing Chen was still indifferent to him as before. This made him not understand the hearts of women. How should I put it now? Can I also be considered her boyfriend now? Lu Kun said, haven't you expressed yourself yet? Things are already like this. What else do I need to say? Every girl needs that sense of ritual. That's still Lu Kun who understands women. You need to say whatever you like in person first. How long do I have to teach a blockhead like you before you understand? On the way home, Xing Chen and Shaoli learned that Captain Qing Che hadn't expressed himself yet and were very disappointed in him. Today, I've already told him the answer. What Xing Chen should do has already been done, just waiting for Captain Qing Che to express himself to her. But he only sent messages asking about unrelated things and didn't express himself, making Xing Chen not know how to answer. Until he couldn't wait for Xing Chen's message, Qing Che decided to express himself to her tomorrow morning. According to Xing Chen, if you attend a class reunion, you must dress up really beautifully and splendidly. Fortunately, she didn't listen to Qing Che. As soon as she arrived, she ran into her ex-boyfriend Ruasia. Long time no see. Moreover, he still couldn't forget Xing Chen, so he planned to pursue her again. 2 years ago, Ruasia chose to go abroad for specialized study and abandoned Xing Chen. Now that he had returned to the country after his studies, he wanted to start over with her. This is Qing Yin. Please come in. Qing Che's neighbor, who grew up together. She had liked him for a long time and was still pursuing him fiercely. As soon as Qing Yin sat down, she saw Xing Chen's documents on the table. When leaving, she couldn't help but ask Lu Kun, who is Xing Chen? How old is she? Is she as beautiful as me? I heard she's a sister who runs a business. It seems she's not as beautiful as you. In order to quickly drive away this freakish girl, Lu Kun had to let Xing Chen suffer. When Captain Qing Che on the upper floor took his phone out of his pocket, something fell out. He picked it up and saw that it was a woman's earring. In his heart, he wondered why he had this thing in his pocket. Just at this time, Lu Kun turned around and caught him. Isn't this Xing Chen's? You're progressing really quickly. I must have accidentally brought it out of her house. He wanted to place an order for express delivery, but was stopped by Lu Kun. Are you stupid? You have to seize this good opportunity and ride on the momentum to ask her out. With an expert like Lu Kun pointing the way, Qing Che immediately messaged Xing Chen to ask her out to dinner. Unexpectedly, she was with Ruasia. She replied directly, sorry, I have something sudden today. Let's make a date next time. Qing Yin had just left the rescue team when she realized that she had forgotten to take her bag. When she went to get her bag, she saw that her Qing Che was still here, so she conveniently invited Captain Qing Che to have dinner with her. Anyway, Xing Chen had already rejected him, so it didn't matter who he went to eat with next. Unexpectedly, when Qing Che and Gao Qing Yin arrived in front of the restaurant, they were caught by Xing Chen. Are you on a date? Captain Qing Che hurriedly explained. This is just the little sister next door. But Gao Qing Yin said that the two were childhood sweethearts, making Xing Chen feel a little uncomfortable. Qing Che asked who the man next to her was, only to find out that he was Xing Chen's ex-boyfriend. You told me you weren't free, so it turns out you were dating your ex-boyfriend. This time he was no longer in the mood to eat. But Xing Chen didn't intend to let him off. Didn't you say you wanted to invite me to eat? Better to choose today than to pick another day. Let's just pick today. At the dining table, everyone had their own thoughts. Qing Yin's purpose was to make Xing Chen misunderstand. She deliberately grabbed Qing Che's arm in front of her. Captain Qing Che should have refused, but because he was still angry at Xing Chen, he didn't refuse. In order to make Ruasia know when to retreat, Qing Che took out Xing Chen's earring. Why is your earring with him? I accidentally brought it home when she was sleeping. Did you sleep well on the sofa of my house? Because he wanted to reverse the situation, Ruasia personally picked up food for Xing Chen. Seeing this, Qing Che also refused to be outdone. He took a steak and personally fed it to Qing Yin. Xing Chen really couldn't bear it anymore. She wanted to go to the bathroom to calm down. Unexpectedly, Qing Yin also immediately chased after her. I've only been away on a business trip for a few weeks, and you've already caught Captain Qing Che. But aren't you a little old? Thanks to that, when you're by my side, I can teach him things he doesn't know. Could it be that I have to be like you and not even know how to cut a steak? Qing Yin saw that she didn't have the upper hand and said, Qing Che and I have known each other since we were little. But Xing Chen said, haven't you two been together yet? Originally, Qing Yin wanted to show off her power, but now she didn't have any advantage here. Finally, this awkward meal ended. Qing Che wanted to take Xing Chen home. Unexpectedly, she was willing to refuse him to follow Ruasia. Captain Qing Che couldn't turn a blind eye. He jealously chased after her all the way to the door of Xing Chen's store. What did you mean by what you did today? Do you need to explain it to me? Qing Che immediately expressed himself to Xing Chen. I like you. Can you be my girlfriend? No. Xing Chen originally didn't accept. After Qing Che had gone through the Sun incident last time, this time he didn't rush to be complacent, but investigated Ruasia. He was so young and already a professor. He was indeed a formidable opponent. Lu Kun was sweating because of him and told Qing Che to listen for news from Shaoli. But Captain Qing Che needed to keep an appropriate distance from his girlfriend's best friend. Only I dare to sacrifice my good looks to help you approach her best friend to listen for some news. Don't use my name to flirt with girls. On the surface, Lu Kun agreed not to do that, but when he saw Xiao Li's friend's circle, he smiled. The water pipe in her house was broken. He immediately transformed into a plumber. Can you do it or not? Everyone in our rescue team is talented. How can I not know how to fix a water pipe? A second later, water spurted out, spraying directly on Xiao Li's face. For a moment, Lu Kun didn't know what to do. As a result, in the chaos, the two accidentally fell on top of each other. This close contact made them feel a sense of excitement. After repairing the pipeline, the two chatted together. At this time, Lu Kun learned that recently Xing Chen and Xiao Li were wanting to find a brand agency. The materials they found were all in Japanese, but neither of them knew how to translate. Lu Kun listened and said, "It just so happens that I know a translator who can start working right away." Even using his toes to think, he knew that the translator Lu Kun mentioned was Qing Che. This was a good opportunity to be with Xing Chen. Of course, Qing Che worked tirelessly. Looking at Xing Chen's diligent working appearance, he couldn't help but kiss her. The atmosphere was extremely good, but it was broken by a puppy. Captain Qing Che picked up the puppy to look at it and suddenly said, "Hey you, why do you even want to befriend a dog? Isn't this the puppy we saved together that day? That man was you? Didn't you know?" Her goodwill towards him increased a bit more. Moreover, Captain Qing Che also told her that he had liked her since then. Unexpectedly, he met her on a blind date. In fact, at that time, he was very happy and excited in his heart. This time, Xing Chen didn't continue to hesitate. "You can have me." This sentence made Captain Qing Che's heart blossom, and he couldn't restrain himself and kissed her. From that moment on, the two officially started dating. After returning, he sent a message to Xing Chen right in front of Lu Kun. "Today my grandfather isn't home. How about you come to my house? I'll cook you something delicious." Seeing that, Xing Chen readily agreed. That night, the two prepared to drink wine and happily enjoy their own world. Unexpectedly, Xing Chen had only gone to the bathroom for a moment, but when she came out, she saw Qing Yin drunk and appearing. Moreover, she was lingering with Qing Che. Jealousy instantly rushed to Xing Chen's head. "Looks like I came at the wrong time today." Xing Chen angrily grabbed her bag and left. A happy meal was ruined by Qing Yin again, so when he received a call from a former classmate asking him to evaluate a plan, when he learned that it was Xing Chen's store, he immediately agreed. "I'll be there on time tomorrow." At that time, Rui's appearance made Xing Chen very surprised. After the meeting ended, when leaving, he saw that Qing Che was also here. The two were talking enthusiastically when Xing Chen appeared. Xing Chen intentionally thanked Rui for helping her. "I have something to say to you. Sorry, I'm not free today." Captain Qing Che didn't give up and kept following Xing Chen to explain. Qing Yin drank too much that day, so she made a mess like that. Don't mind it. In fact, Xing Chen wasn't angry because of these things. She was annoyed because of why Qing Yin could go straight into his house. Qing Che was worried that his elderly grandfather wouldn't remember the password, so he told Qing Yin. Now he had changed the password back. He even intentionally told her the new password. This time Xing Chen forgave him. Moreover, she didn't have time to fuss with Gao Qing Yin. She had just found a brand to represent, so she still had a lot of work to do. The most important thing at the moment was to find a model to shoot the advertisement. But she couldn't have imagined that the model that Xiao Li chose was Qing Yin. That day she showed off her power to Xing Chen again. During the filming, she kept causing trouble, sometimes complaining that the filming environment was terrible, sometimes complaining that the clothes Xing Chen gave her to wear were too rustic and didn't match her image. She even intentionally dragged out the time in the dressing room and sent a message to Qing Che. Qing Yin said that she had caught a cold today while taking the advertisement because it was too cold. Then she told Captain Qing Che to pick her up after work. Anyway, she was the little sister he grew up with. As soon as he heard that Gao Qing Yin had caught a cold, Qing Che immediately drove to pick her up. Seeing Qing Che arrive, Gao Qing Yin immediately ran over and grabbed his arm tightly. "How's your health? Did you coordinate well with everyone to do the job?" Captain Qing Che was busy caring about Qing Yin and completely didn't notice that Xing Chen was also there. It wasn't until Xiao Li appeared, interrupting their conversation. "Xiao Li, why are you here? Xing Chen's here too?" Qing Che followed Xiao Li's gaze. Only then did he realize that Xing Chen was staring at him intently. This time was a big trouble. Qing Che skillfully stepped forward to explain to Xing Chen, but she didn't give him a chance. "Aren't you here to pick someone up? Hurry up and take them away." "It's not like that. Xing Chen, listen to me. Anyone would be angry if they saw their boyfriend come to pick up another woman." Qing Che chased after Xing Chen all the way to the door to take her home. He had just made up with Xing Chen not long ago, and Xing Yin had already ruined everything. Xing Chen told him clearly, "If you really want to date me, then please resolve your peach blossoms first." Coincidentally, at this time her ex-boyfriend Rue Zhou appeared again. "Xing Chen, you must believe me. I have something to do. I'll talk later." Captain Qing Che once again blinked and watched Xing Chen leave with her ex-lover. The guy wanted to go apologize to his girlfriend, but happened to see her and her ex-boyfriend lingering together. He should have stepped forward to question her, but he turned around and left. But Xing Chen had no idea about this. Before going to bed, she was still waiting for Qing Che to apologize, but as a result, she was disappointed. She didn't know that Captain Qing Che had returned to use practice to numb himself in order to forget the scene just now. But he still had it on his mind. He hesitated and didn't know whether to ask Xing Chen what the relationship between her and her ex-boyfriend was. Unexpectedly, the opportunity came unexpectedly. Lu Kun told him a very important piece of news. Xing Chen's new store is in the decoration phase, so they urgently need to recruit staff. "I'm also very busy. I don't have time to do those trivial things. Why are you so irritable? Anyway, I've already agreed to this." In the afternoon, Lu Kun, with his helmet and armor fully prepared to set off, saw Captain Qing Che already standing there waiting for him. "Weren't you busy? I've already dealt with it." Sometimes men think one thing and say another. Xing Chen was also very startled to see Qing Che appear, but the two were still sulking. They didn't even want to greet each other. Xiaoli noticed their strangeness and created an opportunity for the two. Xiaoli told Xing Chen to give the helmet to Captain Qing Che. Helpless, she had to give him the helmet under Xiao Li's direction, but neither of them wanted to speak first. Seeing that, Xiaoli continued to take action. She told Xing Chen to give Captain Qing Che a towel to wipe his sweat, but Qing Che said that his hands were too dirty and he couldn't wipe it himself. So Xing Chen had to force herself to wipe it for him. The intimate action of the two was seen by the teammates next to them. Captain Qing Che took this opportunity to apologize to Xing Chen. "Sorry for what happened with Qing Yin today. I really didn't know she was pretending to be sick." Xing Chen saw that Qing Che had helped her today, so she generously forgave him. He then asked about the situation between her and Rue Zhou. "I have one advantage. I never go back to eat old grass." This time Captain Qing Che could rest assured. The two cleared up their misunderstanding and went back to how they were before. Since then, their relationship has slowly become different. One day, Xing Chen was learning martial arts to defend against perverts with Qing Che when she unexpectedly saw Qing Yin coming to the rescue team to play. Moreover, she invited everyone to afternoon tea as a family member of Captain Qing Che. Hearing a team member say that Qing Che was training with Xing Chen, Qing Yin angrily went into the training room. Seeing Xing Chen take down Qing Che in just a few moves, she couldn't bear it anymore and insisted on going up to fight Xing Chen, saying that she had been taught Taekwondo by Qing Che since she was a child. Qing Yin just wanted to provoke Xing Chen a little. Of course, Xing Chen wasn't afraid at all. She thought Qing Yin was so formidable, but she couldn't even withstand one move and was immediately defeated by her. Seeing this, Lu Kun hurriedly wanted to take her to the medical room, but Qing Yin didn't agree and insisted that her Qing Che carry her before she would go. After getting Xing Chen's agreement, Qing Che carried her away. Taking this opportunity, Qing Che spoke clearly with Qing Yin. "Xing Chen and I are already together. I only see you as a little sister. After all these years, I finally like someone. Don't make things difficult for me anymore." Her Qing Che had never treated her like this before. She didn't want to give up. If she couldn't do anything to Qing Che, then she would strike from his grandfather's side. "What happened to your leg? Did someone bully you? Who dares to bully you? How dare they? What? It's that blind date from last time, Grandpa." Hearing that, his grandfather felt that something was wrong. Those two broke up a long time ago. Qing Yin immediately recounted the whole story to his grandfather, saying that Xing Chen went to find Qing Che again and again, that she pestered him all day long. Moreover, she was ambiguous with her ex-boyfriend. After hearing that, his grandfather was extremely angry. "How can that be? I will never accept that kind of person. Even if my grandson has to live alone for the rest of his life, he can't marry that kind of woman into the Su family." Then he immediately called Qing Che and told him that he had to come home tonight. "I'm very busy, Grandpa. I'm telling you, you have to bring that Song Xing Chen back here too." Qing Che had to listen to his grandfather and take Xing Chen back to the Su family compound. Unexpectedly, as soon as the two stepped in the door, Xing Chen's high heels got stuck right in a crack, and Qing Che couldn't pull them out no matter what he did. Just then, his grandfather, who was in the room, caught this scene. He slowly walked over. After seeing his grandfather, Xing Chen hurriedly greeted him. "Grandpa, I'm Song Xing Chen." Xing Chen couldn't pull her high heels out, so Qing Che picked her up and went to change her shoes right in front of his grandfather. This made his grandfather, who originally had no good feelings for Xing Chen, misunderstand her even more, daring to do something like that right in front of adults. At the dining table, his grandfather went straight to the point and asked how old Xing Chen was this year. I'm 29 years old this year. Almost 30, right? Actually, it's still a whole year until I'm 30. Then you're not young anymore. Seeing that, Captain Qing Che hurriedly eased the situation. He kept praising how talented Xing Chen was, but he was interrupted by his grandfather. Did I ask you? Then he told Xing Chen that our family was a family of scholars. Qing Che had been extremely outstanding since he was a child, and his career was also very good now. In fact, the purpose of him saying this was to make Xing Chen feel that the two were not well matched. But she also came from a family with good upbringing, and now she opened a store only to earn more tuition fees so that she could study further in the future. His grandfather felt a little better after hearing that. In the evening, Song Xing Chen saw his grandfather setting up the chessboard, so she volunteered to participate and play the next game with him. Qing Che quickly took a picture of this scene and sent it to Lu Kun. It just so happened that Lu Kun was with Xiaoli. Xing Chen also knows how to play chess. She's a national level 2 Go player. Xiaoli felt that something was wrong as soon as she learned that Xing Chen was playing chess with the old man. Xiaoli hurriedly sent a message to Xing Chen reminding her to definitely hold back and try to leave a good impression on his grandfather. The old man also took advantage of Xing Chen reading the message to secretly undo a few moves. He also told his grandson to keep his mouth shut. Under Xiao Li's guidance, Xing Chen deliberately yielded to his grandfather. As expected, the old man was extremely happy to win the chess game. Xing Chen also didn't forget to praise him, causing the old man to immediately change his view of her. The next morning, seeing the two appear hand in hand in the yard, his grandfather couldn't help but sigh. Finally, the fat pig I raised for so many years knows how to eat cabbage. Everything was going in a good direction when Qing Yin unexpectedly came to the Su family's house. She personally came here because she wanted to see Song Xing Chen's embarrassed appearance, but everything was far from what she imagined. Not only did his grandfather not chase Xing Chen away, but he also kept her here. Sitting in front of his grandfather, Qing Yin intentionally asked Xing Chen, "Has Ms. Song completely broken up with her ex-boyfriend? What does my being with Qing Che have to do with my ex-boyfriend? Although we have contact, it's only for work purposes." Qing Yin still didn't give up, asking this and asking that. Finally, his grandfather couldn't stand it anymore and spoke up to remind her. "Anyway, Xing Chen is a guest. You're being really impolite. We should have our meal now." Even so, Qing Yin still hadn't given up hope. Seeing Captain Su and Xing Chen wanting to go out for a bit, she also wanted to tag along like a third wheel, but her grandpa stopped her. The old man pulled her to drink tea with him. "You did it on purpose, didn't you? How could you bear to separate me like that, so that Qing Che could see Xing Chen off? This child is quite smart." The old man advised her that she must know when to let go at the right time. Otherwise, the deeper she sinks, the more hurt she'll get. But Qing Yin didn't listen to her grandpa's advice and still secretly followed the two. As a result, by chance, Sun saw her taking pictures. Qing Yin told Sun about her childhood with Qing Che. He said that as long as I passed the certificate exam, he would be the first person to take me flying. But a second later, Qing Yin saw her Qing Che flying with Xing Chen. Seeing the happy and intimate look of the two of them this time, Qing Yin really lost all hope and quietly left this place. Lu Kun and Xiao Li intentionally welcomed the two. The group congratulated Xing Chen for being recognized by her grandpa. Xing Chen was also very happy. She wanted to take a picture with Qing Che and post it on her moments to record this wonderful moment. Should we block the parents? Otherwise, it would be too embarrassing. I'll let everyone see it except the adults. As soon as Xing Chen posted the photo, her ex-boyfriend Rui, he scrolled through his mobile phone and saw that she had publicly announced her relationship and was dating someone else. At this moment, he regretted it immensely. So Rui Zhu immediately went to find Xing Chen. First, he apologized to her. 2 years ago, I didn't think about your feelings. As soon as I set foot in a foreign land, I regretted it very much. But Xing Chen thought the past was just the past. Now we don't need to look back and consider who was right and who was wrong. In the past, you put your future above all else. Actually, you weren't wrong at that time. If you were still waiting for me, I would definitely do everything to make it up to you. I'm not waiting for you anymore. Although Rui Zhu now has nothing but regret and remorse, Xing Chen has found her other half. At the same time, she hopes that he won't live in the past forever and that he will start a new life. Although the result wasn't what he wanted, he was able to say everything he wanted to say, and Rui Zhu had no regrets in his heart. Not long after, Xing Chen's store was flooded with orders. This was the first time they had made a profit since opening the store. Lu Kun and Su Qing Che intentionally came to congratulate the two. Xiaoli happily drank a little too much, and Lu Kun had a hard time getting her home. "Where is this?" "We're back at your house, miss." "Okay, you lie here obediently. I'm leaving." As Lu Kun was about to leave, Xiaoli pulled him back and he fell onto the bed. She looked dizzily at Lu Kun. He looked at Xiao Li's flushed face, afraid that he wouldn't be able to control himself and commit a sin. Lu Kun wanted to leave this place quickly, but was once again held tightly by Xiao Li. And then she turned around and sat on Lu Kun, not letting him go anywhere. Let me tell you, I'm not falling for this trick. No matter how much he struggled, Xiao Li wouldn't let him go. Everyone knows what happened after that. The next day, Lu Kun turned out like this again. The most unacceptable thing for Lu Kun was that Xiao Li told him to forget everything from last night. Your personality is so strange. In the end, Xiao Li still chased Lu Kun away. The next day, Lu Kun dejectedly went to find Captain Su. After explaining everything to him, Captain Su asked Lu Kun what he planned to do next. I want to take responsibility for her, but she doesn't want it. I think I've lost to Xiao Li this time. Captain Su told Lu Kun to think again. If you like someone, you have to treat her well. I never thought the day would come when you would become my love advisor. At this time, Xiao Li also had similar troubles. Soon, Xing Chen discovered her abnormality. Xing Chen asked Xiao Li what was wrong, and she explained everything to her. After listening, Xing Chen planned to go find Lu Kun to settle the score, but Xiao Li stopped her. I was the one who took the initiative. Why have you changed your personality? Do you like Lu Kun? Xing Chen really couldn't believe it. While the two were talking about this, she received a message from Qing Che. There's an earthquake in Hezhou, and they need to go for rescue. There's not much time, so they've already set off. He didn't even bother to tell me. On this side, as soon as Qing Che left, a problem occurred at Xing Chen's store. Her store was accused by customers of selling fake goods. It turned out that the real supplier was mixing real and fake goods, but the two of them were unaware. After hearing the news, Rue Zhe rushed to help. Seeing Xing Chen's order, he immediately called an old friend and asked that friend to investigate, which helped Xing Chen solve the problem. To thank Rue Zhe for helping, Xing Chen intentionally invited him to eat hot pot. The day after tomorrow is Double Seventh Festival, so Rue Zhe asked Xing Chen if she had any plans. She immediately texted Qing Che asking him when he would return. I'm almost done with work. I'll be back the day after tomorrow. Go to the rooftop restaurant the day after tomorrow. You've always wanted to go there. So the two made a date to eat together the day after tomorrow. Today is the day Qing Che returns. Xing Chen dressed up very beautifully, preparing for a romantic date with Captain Su. If I don't break traffic laws, then drive fast, there's someone at home waiting for me. On the way, Qing Che was rushing back when he received a call from a teammate. A child is lost, and they have to quickly go over there. He hurriedly texted Xing Chen to tell her that he would be late. Unexpectedly, while Xing Chen was waiting for him, she was seen by Rue Zhe's old friend. He couldn't help but ask the waiter, "Is that girl over there alone? She's been here for a long time, but the person she's waiting for hasn't arrived yet." He then called Rue Zhe. "Why are you here? My friend called me and said you were here alone." Xing Chen didn't expect the restaurant staff to misunderstand that the two of them were a couple, so they prepared a free performance for them. Coincidentally, this scene was seen by Qing Che as he rushed over. He didn't expect Rue Zhe to be here on such a special day. Seeing the bouquet of fresh flowers Xing Chen was holding, Qing Che angrily asked, "Why is he here?" "Because you didn't come, so I came here. Now that you're here, I should leave." After Rue Zhe left, Qing Che explained the reason he was late, but he was still very concerned and wanted to know why Rue Zhe was here. "I don't want to explain." Just like that, the originally romantic date of the two ended in displeasure because of Rue Zhe's appearance. Qing Che was jealous, and Xing Chen was sad because he didn't understand. In stark contrast to Lu Kun's current situation, unable to be Xiao Li's boyfriend, he used his friend's status to ask her to the bar for a drink. Xiao Li couldn't help but start inquiring about Captain Su from Lu Kun. Recently, Xing Chen has been disturbed by the upstairs neighbors, and she can't sleep well. At this time, he's still sulking with Xing Chen. After returning, Lu Kun told Captain Su about this. "You're still sitting here drinking away your sorrows?" Recently, Xing Chen has new neighbors, and these neighbors start dancing around 10 p.m. every day, so she hasn't been resting well lately. After hearing this, he planned to go over there late at night, but Lu Kun stopped him. "You're so drunk. What are you going to do over there now? Go over to argue with people." But Qing Che still kept Xing Chen's affairs in mind. So the next day, he went to her house and immediately went upstairs to find the dancing neighbor. He told him that dancing late at night disturbs others, and as soon as he saw a big, burly guy, he was so scared that he couldn't speak. Coincidentally, this scene was seen by Xing Chen and Xiao Li. Immediately after that, Captain Su appeared in her house. Out of consideration for him helping her late at night, Xing Chen also forgave him. The two returned to the way they were before. Afraid that the upstairs neighbor would cause trouble again, Xing Chen kept him at her house for the night. 29-year-old daughter brings her boyfriend home for the first time. The mother, who should have been happy, had a sad face. What's wrong with her? Just eating a meal. Finally, the father had to step in to mediate. If you brought your boyfriend, you should greet him first. After saying that, he intended to get up to cook, but the mother stopped him. You heat up the 10 complete tonic soup. I simmered this morning, heat up a little more. It's unknown what intentions the old couple were hiding. A less than lavish meal was quickly cooked. The mother personally scooped an extra bowl for Captain Su, and although it was difficult to drink, Qing Che held his breath and drank it all in one gulp. He also kept praising that the soup was delicious. Unexpectedly, the mother scooped him another bowl. She felt that he worked hard cleaning and needed some nourishment. The father sitting next to him chuckled helplessly. He could only drink all the soup. The mother's test was over, and it was the father's turn. He took out a jar of medicinal wine and poured Qing Che a full cup. Moreover, he drank first and then said that Qing Che could not drink at all. Xing Chen told them to be moderate, but her mother said this. It's far from enough. He pretended to be a cleaner to approach us step by step, but that's just a misunderstanding. Besides, you guys also executed first and reported later. This is the price he has to pay. She pushed Xing Chen away and told her to go downstairs to buy hangover medicine. Before long, the two of them had drunk quite a bit. At this time, the mother started asking, "How old are you this year?" "I'm 28 years old. Where are you from? Where did you buy a house?" "My hometown is Sioux City, and I bought a house in High City." After listening, the mother was temporarily satisfied. The father asked him how many ex-girlfriends he had. Qing Che honestly replied that he had never been in love with anyone. Xing Chen was the first. That sounds too fake. He then asked about his hobbies. "Apart from exercising, I only clean and cook. That's like me, no ambition." The smile on Qing Che's face immediately disappeared. The father then asked what school he graduated from. Unexpectedly, he had prepared in advance. He took out his resume from childhood to adulthood from his bag for Xing Chen's parents to see. Finally, he even took out his savings account and promised Xing Chen's parents that he could give her a happy and fulfilling life. "We don't even know your birth date." The father said, "We don't lack money." The mother then asked what his rescue team did. After hearing that it was a public service organization, the father blurted out 4 words. "Doesn't make money." Qing Che didn't know what to do. Fortunately, Xing Chen came back just in time. The interrogation could only end. When leaving, Qing Che felt hot all over. It's right to be hot. If you weren't hot, that would mean you're really weak. Captain Su hugged Xing Chen and asked, "Are you saying I'm weak?" After this meeting, the mother was quite satisfied with Qing Che. The reason she interrogated him like that was that she was afraid he would bully Xing Chen in the future. Now, he must know that our Xing Chen is not easy to bully. To help her parents understand Qing Che better, Xing Chen took the two to a seaside resort. Xiaoli also went along. Xing Chen led her mother for a walk on the beach. Seeing people training ahead, the more her mother looked, the more familiar they seemed. Isn't that little Su? This time, she understood that this was the real reason her daughter brought them to the beach. She wanted her mother to see Captain Su's demeanor while working. Lu Kun turned his head and saw them, so he told Qing Che that his future parents-in-law had arrived. Qing Che then turned to wave hello to them. Lu Kun told him to quickly go over there and ask if Xiaoli had come. He ran over to greet his future mother-in-law. Then he also inquired whether Xing Chen's father and Xiaoli had come. "Your father is fishing on the beach, and Xiaoli went swimming over there." Xing Chen's mother, afraid of disturbing him from working, told him to go back quickly. Lu Kun was happy to hear that Xiaoli had also come and was swimming over there, so he quickly went to find Xiaoli after training. As soon as Xiaoli saw him, she started running away, but Lu Kun caught up to her. "Why are you avoiding me? I really like you." Lu Kun pressed closer, causing Xiaoli to almost fall. Fortunately, Lu Kun caught her in time. In the confusion, the two suddenly kissed. Xiaoli ran away in embarrassment. In the evening, Xiaoli came to find Xing Chen to tell her about what happened during the day. "I'm so embarrassed, and I was wearing a swimsuit. Hasn't he seen your hot body before? What are you talking about?" At this time, Xiaoli was also very upset. In fact, Xiaoli also liked Lu Kun, but she was afraid that the other party wasn't sincere with her. Just then, Lu Kun came to find her to apologize for what happened during the day. "Also, from now on, I will pursue you sincerely. I will show you my true self, and I want to be with you for the rest of my life. It's true. I really like you." Seeing Lu Kun sincerely confess like that, Xiaoli couldn't control her heart anymore. She decided to give both of them a chance. Her words made Lu Kun very happy. He couldn't help but kiss Xiaoli, and Xiaoli also let go of everything and sincerely accepted Lu Kun. The next day, they only came to the beach to fish, but unexpectedly, Xing Chen's father was pulled into the sea by a fish, which scared her mother very much. Seeing this, Qing Che immediately jumped into the sea to save him, making the two women on the shore really terrified. Both of them hurriedly called for rescue. Fortunately, Qing Che and her father didn't have any serious problems. Qing Che rescued the father from the sea and gave him CPR, at which time he woke up. After that, they took him to the hospital. After this incident, Xing Chen's mother accepted Qing Che. She agreed to let him date Xing Chen. Fortunately, her father wasn't seriously injured. That day, Xing Chen received a call from her professor. When she arrived, she learned that her application to study abroad had been approved. She could go to study abroad, but this time, she would be gone for 3 years. In the evening, Xing Chen personally went to the kitchen to cook 2 servings of steak. Qing Che knew something big was about to happen because Xing Chen had never gone to the kitchen before. He told her to tell him whatever it was, and Xing Chen then took out her acceptance letter. Great, aren't you angry? Why would I be angry? I'm happy for you. Xing Chen didn't expect Qing Che to be so understanding, but she felt very sad in her heart. Ruasia had made a similar decision before, and she knew what those who stay behind would have to bear. So she felt very guilty in her heart. She truly felt very sorry for Qing Che. Qing Che didn't want Xing Chen to leave with such guilt. So, taking advantage of her sleeping soundly late at night, he went to her bedside and secretly measured the size of her finger because he wanted to propose to Xing Chen before she left so that she wouldn't have any regrets when she went to study abroad. Xing Chen's mother knew she wanted to go abroad and immediately flew into a rage. She definitely wouldn't let her go. She and Qing Che had just confirmed their feelings, and now they had to endure the pain of separation. Young people these days have strange ways of loving each other. Even living together, they break up all the time, let alone long-distance relationships. However, Xing Chen understood this clearly. She hoped her mother wouldn't interfere in this matter anymore. What do you know? Okay, I won't listen to you anymore. She didn't listen to Xing Chen's words at all. The next second, she put on her sunglasses and stormed into the rescue team, but was stopped by the staff. I want to find Su Qing Che, your captain. Do you have an appointment? Appointment? Do I need an appointment? Xing Chen's mother immediately took off her sunglasses. I am Xing Chen's mother. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. The staff immediately texted the group to inform Captain Su that his future mother-in-law had arrived. The people of the rescue team, seeing this, all came out to greet her. Qing Che hurriedly ran over to greet her. Actually, Xing Chen's mother's purpose in coming here was to find out why Xing Chen was planning to go abroad and what Qing Che planned to do in the future. Qing Che said that he wanted to plan for a lifetime with Xing Chen, saying it is one thing, but I want to see real action. Qing Che, after hearing this, immediately took out the diamond ring he had prepared in advance. He planned to propose to Xing Chen before she left, so she wouldn't leave with regrets. Mother Song was very satisfied to hear that. This trip wasn't in vain after all. Grandpa also knew about Xing Chen's upcoming trip abroad. He was eager to see if his grandson's plan would succeed. Qing Che also took out the diamond ring for Grandpa to see. Not bad, you stinky brat. Keep moving forward. Grandpa was extremely satisfied with Qing Che's actions. In the evening, Qing Che told Xing Chen that tomorrow was the rescue team's anniversary, so he wanted to invite Xing Chen to come and play. In the morning, Xing Chen dressed up like a fan, ready to set off to the agreed place. Xiaoli saw the clothes she was wearing and quickly stopped her. Today is an important day. Can't you dress up more splendidly? Xing Chen felt that her clothes were fine. This is just an anniversary celebration, not a fashion show. Xiaoli didn't listen and hastily opened her wardrobe to choose a dress for her. But when Xing Chen arrived, dressed carefully, there was no one in sight. She slowly walked into the middle of the park. Here, she saw a white box on the podium. Before Xing Chen could understand what was happening, the people from the rescue team appeared, and there was also a band. At this time, Qing Che, holding fresh flowers, appeared and slowly walked in front of her. Now, Xing Chen understood that today wasn't any anniversary. It was a carefully arranged proposal scene by Qing Che. Before Xing Chen left, Qing Che wanted to give her a promise. He personally put a necklace on Xing Chen. He didn't want Xing Chen to be distracted. She should just go study abroad. He could wait for her 3 years. Finally, the two kissed passionately, and the people around them were even more excited than they were. Why are you so excited? The two had just officially started dating. Soon after, the girl chose to study abroad. The two in a long-distance relationship could only talk through video calls to relieve their longing. Qing Che still participated in rescue training as before. 2 years later, Xing Chen finished her studies and returned to the country. Because he was on a mission, Captain Su didn't have time to pick her up. Xiaoli, pregnant, called to complain. Why didn't you tell her to pick you up when you came back to the country? Wasn't it because you're about to give birth? So, I was afraid it wouldn't be convenient for you. After getting off the plane, Xing Chen took a taxi home by herself. After 3 years of separation, she returned to her small house. Unexpectedly, Qing Che had cleaned it up for her. On the wall were also pasted photos of the two of them over the past 3 years. Seeing this, Xing Chen was both happy and touched. At this moment, Qing Che appeared from behind. You're back? You're back. It turned out that while she wasn't here, Qing Che had secretly taken screenshots of all the video calls between the two of them and had them printed into photos. These are all the beautiful memories of the two of us. After 2 years of not seeing each other, the two couldn't control themselves and hugged and kissed tightly. Soon, it will be the 3rd anniversary of the establishment of their store. Qing Yin is still the MC of this anniversary celebration. How could such an important moment be without Rueja? Captain Su wondered when he saw him appear. Why are you everywhere? Doesn't your girlfriend care about you? Sorry, I forgot you still haven't found a place to settle down, have you? Better to be single than settle for less. Captain Su cares about too many things, doesn't he? The two were still like before, bickering as soon as they met, but this time it was different from before. Rueja sincerely blessed them. After the store's anniversary celebration, Qing Che took Xing Chen to the place where the two first kissed. Then, he once again confessed to Xing Chen. You helped me understand what it means to love. I hope I can become the person who protects you forever. Then, he knelt down on one knee and proposed to her. Xing Chen, will you marry me? I do. Xing Chen used actions as her answer. Okay, the beautiful love story ends here. Thank you everyone for watching. Today's episode ends here. Thank you for following. Goodbye and see you again.